everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about book clubs and book club books, and it's my top 5 recommends really to kind of get a book club going. So even if you're kind of like just starting out, or the books that I believe kind of go down best at book clubs and the ones that make it work. So as part of me recommending my top 5, so I'm doing quite a lot of these top 5 book videos, you will have a chance to win the book. So if you're quite interested in getting one of these to read, if you look in the description, you can go onto my website, leave your email details there, and then we will be pulling the names out of a hat. And if you want to win one of them, then you know that's the way to kind of like get involved, and it's free and it's kind of just a bit of fun. So my top 5 book club books. Now, I've been involved in book clubs for a few years, so as part of professional women's networking organisation here in the UK called Stilettos Network, which I helped to set up many years ago, we've been running a book club for about, I don't know, 5-6 years or something. It's not one of those kind of like serious book clubs where, you know, you kind of all have to read the book and then make notes and then you quiz each other on the book. It's very light-hearted. Part of the reason that we love book club is it gives us a chance to come together, sit over a meal and a glass of wine and kind of like discuss the book. And also one of the reasons that I wanted to start book club is because I felt that women often have very busy lives. I mean, we all have busy lives at the moment, men and women. But I kind of just felt like women in particular often put themselves last and don't remember to take time out for themselves. So I felt actually by kind of us just choosing a book together, it was kind of almost like forcing people to, you know, take maybe half an hour, you know, each week just to sit down and read this book. So that's kind of how book club came about. So I'm going to share with you 5 of the books that have gone down really well at book club and why I think that is. I'm going to start with Robert Galbraith, the Cormoran Strike books. So Cormoran Strike is a private detective that is kind of featured in these books, and the story hangs around him and his assistant. So the first book was called The Cuckoo's Calling. The second book was Career of Evil. I hope I'm getting this the right way around. And then the third book was The Silkworm. And we read all 3 of those for book club, and we really enjoyed them. I mean, I hadn't read J.K. Rowling before then, so I hadn't read Harry Potter. I think I've kind of just got a bit of a kind of, I couldn't get past the fact that they were children's books. I know that sounds silly, and I know that lots of adults read Harry Potter and really enjoy it, but I was never really a fan of reading the books. Love the films, not the books. But J.K. Rowling's writing is really incredible. Obviously, that's why she's so successful. The thing that I really loved about the books was they were really descriptive. So the descriptions of the characters, some of which, you know, physically, so the physicality of the characters is quite important to the stories, and she's just so descriptive as a writer that I actually found it just really enjoyable. So these went down really well at book club, and at our book club we often talk about how you would imagine the characters physically. Now I know that the BBC has gone on to make a drama series of these anyway, so it kind of maybe takes some of the imagination out of it, but we would often talk about, you know, what do you imagine the characters to look like if somebody was playing them in a film or in a drama? What would they look like? And these provided lots of conversation. There are also some quite deep themes and some quite dark themes as well to discuss, which we would get into. But one of the reasons that I picked them, kind of one of the book club favourites, is because the genre is just really popular with book clubs. I don't know what it is. Maybe we're all like really macabre and kind of like secretly want to kind of like be murderers or something, but crime fiction and thrillers just seems to be a really popular genre, and it's the area that we never struggle to get people like finishing reading the books, basically. I know that one of my other personal favourites was Stieg Larsson's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Absolutely just love that trilogy, really love it. And the other thing I think that's good about these Cormoran Strike books and why I picked them as book club favourites is because there is more than one, as in like there is a trilogy. I mean, with these Cormoran Strike books there's now a 4th book out, which I haven't read yet, but I'm sure it's amazing. But with book club, it kind of makes it easier if maybe there is, you know, if there are 2 or 3 or even 4 books that you can read, you kind of go on that journey together as a book club. So I think that's also quite cool. It kind of keeps people engaged, and it takes some of the headache out of choosing which book to read next as well, which was always one of our biggest challenges. And then the other books that I just wanted to share with you, they're both by Moran. Moran is like a music critic, music journalist. She's incredibly funny. I mean, I've seen her on stage as well as part of the book club. So sometimes if there's a film with the book, we might go and watch the film, or go to the theatre or whatever. So we went to see Caitlin Moran, and her 2 books, How to Build a Girl and How to Build a Woman, are just really cool. You know, they're about her growing up, so very much coming of age, discovering a lot of things, discovering boys, discovering her own sexuality, discovering what's important to her, discovering her career, all of those kind of things really, just talked about from a young woman's perspective. She grew up local, kind of local to here in Wolverhampton. You know, some people see it as not being the most glamorous of cities, but hey, you know, it has some incredible stories, and actually some incredible writers have come out of Wolverhampton as well. So that was my other book club choice, particularly because, you know, with our network being Professional Women's Network, having authors that kind of tell stories from a female perspective is often quite interesting to us, because they're kind of sometimes don't always get the voice or the platform. So again, that was part of the reason for the choice. So that was it really. My book club recommendations in terms of genre, crime fiction, thrillers always works well. And then, you know, the other thing then is just focusing on what kind of authors you want to read that you think are going to connect with the people that you want to attract to your book club, whether you want it to be serious, funny, etc. So that's a really quick one on book clubs. If you've got any other comments or any books that have worked really well for your book club, then send them in to us. Our book club is ably run by 2 of our original network members, Jill Wall and Sharon Hinton, who run that book club and kind of keep it going and keep it alive. So if you've got any recommendations, send them in. If you want to know more about that book club, I'll give the links below, stilettosnetwork.co.uk. You can find out more there, or send us in any suggestions. So yeah, that's it really for this one. If you've liked what you've seen, you know, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, tell me what more recommendations you want to see, what other books you want me to cover, etc. And I will do my best. I'll see you again soon. Thank you, bye.